I've made a video about E3 every year since 2017, and for the first time this year, I wasn't feeling it. Even after the Xbox presentation, which general consensus says it was probably the best one, I still wasn't feeling much desire to make a full video like the ones I've done in previous years. But hang on, what's this? I've got other videos on the back burner? I've also got a series I've left basically dormant that it's great for cranking out when I'm busy. It's taken me 7 years, but I've done it. I've copied Sir Swag's E3 in one sentence videos. Except now E3 doesn't exist anymore, so it's Summer Game Fest in one sentence. I'm going to look really stupid if Nintendo suddenly do their conference as I'm editing this.
That one didn't age quite so well.
We got Princess Peach Showtime earlier this year, now this. Keep this on track and we'll maybe get that baby Metroid game we've all been waiting on. An Overwatch-style hero shooter, which is offering a Destiny-style live service story that will be updated for expansions and with a setting and cast inspired by Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't think it was possible for people to be this nostalgic for the mid-2010s this early, but here we are. You know what? Maybe Nintendo were also nostalgic for 2017, because remember, that's the last time we heard anything about this game. It's on days like this I really wish I was a Monster Hunter fan, because if I was, I'd be eating so good right now. The original game is renowned for its brooding atmosphere and emotionally affecting story. This game is also going to have people coming out of it feeling miserable, but probably not for the reason that Bloober Team are intending. If I had £1 for every 5v5 hero shooter with references to Guardians of the Galaxy that featured in Sony's State of Play, then I'd have financial incentive to write a more original joke. In a way, this makes me feel kinda sorry for Sony, because if Astro had been replaced in this trailer by Mario, everyone would have been going batshit crazy for this one. I can't wait for this game to release, because that means, as per Horizon tradition, a much more interesting game is going to come out 1 week before it. At long last, there's an extraction shooter I actually like the look of. Perhaps it actually helps if the setting is as miserable as the gameplay is. The story trailer shows us that canonically, the Kwisatz Haderach was never born in this timeline. This means we cannot yell Lisan al-Gaib as we're playing it, since that would be lore inaccurate. I'm cancelling my pre-order. Coalition realised that they had made disappointing 4th and 5th entries to the Xbox sci-fi shooter series they had inherited from developers who now make one of the most profitable games on the planet. So they're doing this because they realised that this franchise needed a reach before it could pull an Infinite. I cannot wait to see various Holomem play this in October before never hearing about them again. If any of you are rewatching the trailer to this one with subtitles on and want to ignore the grammar mistakes, I can only say this to you: good Lucy. Genuinely surprised this isn't a remake of the 4th console generation Power Rangers games. Usually you're only meant to tune up the graphics, not display any originality beyond that. This seems like it's going to properly honour Shadow of Chernobyl, because the aesthetics strike that perfect mixture of accuracy to the Soviet bloc while also looking just irregular enough to be considered cursed. But that's enough about the weapon scopes, the game looks fine as well. This looks like it could fill a Hotline Miami niche for me. Not necessarily because of its gameplay, more the fact I'm going to be shit at this game and end up taking an hour to get through a level that should only take me 2 minutes. Gotham City is plunged into chaos after Order is destroyed by rats. I'm guessing this is a VR simulation of your average VT, Fred. If the Dead Cells team can make an original, then asked to do that exact same style of game but for a larger IP, maybe they can repeat the process with Tenjitsu and then make an official Yakuza game like this, because that would kick ass. I'm glad to know I'm not the only person who came up with the idea of Love Island being a satanic death game. Yes, I am referencing that stand-up video I made almost a year ago. Go watch it. Proof that even the most mid-looking looter-shooter concept will raise my eyebrows if you play that one M83 song that sounds good at trailers, which by the way is all of them. EA realised there was a BioWare franchise they'd left un-Andromedaed. It wants to add a whole new dimension to Star Wars by making it open world, but fails to realise that you can't properly do open areas in Star Wars unless you're able to behead the Jizz Whalers, then get everyone to start throwing hands with past versions of themselves. Through dual protagonist, Shadows seems to be gunning to have 2 different styles of gameplay. One stealth, another closer to the Origins style. It's almost like 2 different games in one. Maybe that's why Ubisoft is charging double the price. part of id's ongoing attempt to turn the Venn diagram of Warhammer fans and Doom fans into a perfect circle. Of all the exciting things they could have shown us, they chose a cutscene of Indiana Jones stumbling upon a German U-boat perched atop a mountain. They're now going to get accused of ripping off Uncharted, and not even one of the good Uncharteds. Everyone loves the art direction, even if we know that there is some weirdo out there who is definitely jerking it to that fish, and it's probably Suzaku. A surprising return for this series with environmental design that I'm really liking the look of, though the story is going to get some criticism since it sounds not unlike the plot of I Am Setsuna. That being said though, any kind of story is a massive step up from your mum being a tree. The teaser trailer featured cryptic messages from Bill Clinton, George Bush, Colin Powell, Margaret Thatcher and Saddam Hussein. This is proof that Treyarch aren't going to pull any punches, because they are willing to depict the Nightmare blunt rotation.